Introducing Turf Tank. From your local high school to your favorite NFL team. No more pulling strings or tapes, just perfect lines, logos, and end zones. Visit turftank.com and book a demo. Don't settle for second. Choose the original. Choose Turf Tank.
All right, hey guys. So today we're going to tell you how to use the Turf Tank here at Dwyer High School. We're currently in the blockhouse right now, which is just off our main walkway up to the stadium. Once you come in the front gate, you'll see the Turf Tank, and everything you need will be securely located in one of the areas around. Depends where our athletic director wants to store it. First thing you need to do when you come in to work the Turf Tank is open up the right side door. Here on the right side door in the front, we have a fuse. You'll want to go ahead and switch that to on, which is in the down position. Once we flip that to on, we want to go ahead and flip our main control knob to on. You'll see the green light. There's also going to be a flashing yellow light coming from here once it's connected. While that's getting itself ready, you'll go over to the tablet and you'll turn the tablet on. Once you connect to the tablet, you'll see that it pairs really well with the brain and allows you to have access to all of our fields and where we're going to lay those fields out, or markings for lacrosse, flag football, baseball lines, even track and field for all of our field events. This is the brain. The brain controls and talks to the robot from the satellites above. It's very simple for battery installation and removal. We just squeeze the green sides, take the top off. Battery is housed inside. Batteries are always charging inside the blockhouse, and all you do is slide one out, line up the terminals, lay it in. Make sure the silver piece is out of the way. Lay it in, snap the cap back on. Once you have that on, you're ready to go. The next thing you want to do is reach inside, pull out the suction hose, and then you will make sure that the battery is fresh and ready to go. Fresh batteries will always be also located in the blockhouse, attached to the charger. All you do for this battery is you line up the connector on the inside. You go ahead and pull the old battery out. And again, you line it up by putting the connector towards the rear of the robot. You line it up. Once lined up, you simply shove it in. Now, you lock it into place with a simple locking mechanism on the inside, and you're good to go. All right, guys, so once we have everything taken care of on the inside, we've turned the robot on, we've loaded and connected the tablet to it, we're gonna come out and set the brain up. Here at Dwyer, we like to set it at a height of about 5.5 feet, which is located on the backside. We have the meters on the front. Backside is your feet, and then you simply just twist the brain on. Once you twist it on, you want to make sure that it's level, and as you can see, the dot, the float is right in the middle. That shows you it's level and you're good to go. Once you have that done, come around the front. You're going to press this power button here. Power on. You'll see the different lights. You have the power light is red, transmitting light is blue, the green is the satellites, and then you have your normal standard internet bars. One beep is good, it means it's reading. You're then going to hear 5 beeps, and once you hear the 5 beeps, you're good to go. Now let's talk about where to set this up. It does have to be in the same spot every time, so we've marked it off with a zip tie, and that zip tie will always be facing east towards the visiting bleachers. That shows you this is the grate we put it in, and we push it all the way to the back. If the pole is off by 1 inch, it moves the lines by 3 feet. So you want to make sure you're always in that same spot, dead center. There's your 5 beeps, and now you're good to go. So you've connected the robot, you've connected the brain, but all of a sudden, the tablet's telling you no connection. Make sure you screw on the antenna. Very simple. Locate the silver open exposed spot on the back, and you're just going to go ahead and twist the antenna in. Once the antenna is in place, it'll then go ahead and let you know that you've made a good connection. All right, so once you have the robot done inside, you have the tablet ready to go, you have the brain set up outside, your connections are good to go, everything's talking to each other. Now you want to come in and get your paint going. So here we have these jugs, you'll see them all over the floor. We have some that we're going to be bringing in, some pallets that we'll be putting around, and they're mostly white. We do have big buckets, you can see over there some big buckets of paint that we might use to mix some coloring in. Whenever you're mixing, the paint is going to be a 3-to-1 ratio for white. So it's going to be the 3 parts water, 1 part paint. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio when you're using colored paint. And all you're going to want to do is go ahead and if you're doing just the white, you just pop the lid off, take your drill, stick it in, crank it. You're going to mix up that paint because when it just sits, the oil separates from it and you don't want it to get all gloppy. So you go ahead and you mix it up. Put the cap back on, give it a good little shake, and then you go ahead and you set it right inside the robot. Once inside the robot, you go ahead and take the hose, you stick it right down inside. I don't want to do it with this one, but you'll stick it right down in. Make sure you have a good seal around the edge, and you close the lid. If you were going to mix the paint, you'd want to make sure you take your funnel, put it over the top, and as you pour in from the bucket, which you'll also want to mix with the drill, you just want to make sure any pieces, any sediment from the paint gets trapped inside the mesh screen inside the funnel, and it also helps not make a big mess everywhere. So now the paint's mixed, everything's ready to go. You're going to want to go ahead and get your nozzle attachments. So right here we have our rubber washer. We have our main cap that's going to go over the robot, and inside we have one of our tips that's put on. The loose tip looks like this. And you always know it goes down. And then inside, what we'll attach, there is a little filter screen that will also control the pressure of the paint coming out. So we just stick that in. Rubber washer goes inside the cup. Cup goes on. Once on, twist into place, and you're good to go. When you're loading this yourself, you won't have it on its side. You'll just get comfortable reaching down and figuring out where all the parts are. To disassemble, you just pop it off, press the tip in. Out comes the washer, the tip, the cap. We're going to go ahead and clean that off. And then inside, we do have the screen tip, which will come out. And once it comes out, that also gets cleaned. Once all assembled, you are good to go. We grab the robot. If you have a friend or a helper with you, you go ahead and load it on the back of one of the golf carts. If not, you just take the tablet and you drive it out just like a remote control car. So some troubleshooting. Let's say we're out in the field and your lines are coming out not so good. Maybe there's a hole in the middle and you're only getting the outside edges. Maybe just you're getting one little stripe on one side, not the other. A lot of times that's attributed to a clogged tip. If you can't look through and see daylight, then you know you have a clogged tip. The bottom one is clean, top one is not. That'll prevent you from spraying well. Another thing could be on the inside, we have this filter here on the main line. You just quickly unscrew that and you'll see the filter screen. You'll want to go ahead and make sure that's clear of any debris because that will also prevent the sprayer from working correctly. If you looked at those things and noticed everything looked okay, you'll then want to come over here and make sure the pump is working correctly. You'll notice because you'll see everything flowing through it or not flowing through it. And it's a very simple way to detach from the nozzle. It's just a simple push in and pull out. Again, right here, you would push in and pull out, try to clear the line and see what's going on. If all else fails, you'll want to take a bucket of warm, soapy water, not paint thinner. Do not use paint thinner in this machine at all. You'll ruin it. So some warm soapy water, and just let the robot cycle through a cleaning cycle, and that usually will clear it as well. All right, so everything's done, field looks great. We're gonna bring the robot back, time to clean it. So one of the first things you'll wanna do is come over to our main water supply line in here. Just remember, if water was flowing and we had something in it, it would stop it from flowing. If we want the water to flow, we simply turn it parallel to the pipes. Water off, water on. We also catch drip in this bucket right here, which we replace the buckets, and that's what we use to run water through the machine after we've painted a field, because you want to clear all the paint out of that line. We like to bring the robot over here off to the side, somewhere where the paint can go and wash itself out with the rain and disappear. We don't want to leave a colorful mark all over campus. And then you're good to go.